and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Choose the rhyming chose me, so I hit the track running like a nosebleed. Life ain't great now, but it's much improved. Your album dropping this summer, that sucks for you, cause this is Bubba's moment. I put my mother on it, I said my mama, and it seems as if I love her, don't it? So buckle up, cause it's gonna get bumpy. I call my girlfriends Bettis and my grumpus. That Bubba talk got you open wide. I giggle outside the booth, but ain't no joke inside. This is complicated, at least to y'all it is. Just let me sell 50 million, then I'll call it quits. But until that day, y'all indeed do. I never once saw you cranking, cause I just sleep through you. What you need to do is just admit you love me. The South has always been dirty, but now it's getting ugly.
Happy Friday. Welcome in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Grab your snacks. It's Friday. Get a libation or two to kick it off, because we're here getting into these trending topics and headlines. And you know, Andy, he's always on theme. And we're talking about ugly things tonight. Where is Bubba Sparks? What happened? Man. One hit wonder.
2-hit wonder.
What was the other one?
He had a record with Jadakiss that was fire. And it was another one. I forgot the name of the song, but Timbaland, you know, I know he produced the record.
I mean, I know Timbo produced it, but
I'm going to search for it real quick.
All right, look. You know how it gets down over here. We're going to get into all the trending topics and headlines that are burning up your social media feed. First up, mention ugly things. And I am not saying that this is an ugly thing, but she is saying y'all got opinions and she's not here for it. Look, Clarissa Shields, right? She wants you guys to back up. She says that y'all got too many opinions about her looks, what she wears. She don't want to dress like y'all. She don't want to be like y'all. We're going to get into it. We are also getting into, you know, Ciara and Russell Wilson. They are one of our dream couples, right? Nobody's saying idolize. We admire the love that they display and their commitment to their family, right? And we know that Ciara had a prior relationship for which she has an older son who is also has a famous parent on the other side. You know, like famous parents abound. And Ciara is taking moves to make sure that her family unit from start to finish presents as a unit. We'll get into those details. And, you know, we're talking a little bit about a tragic lawsuit that has the potential to shake up some history, shake up some things. Angie Stone. We're going to get into those details. But before we do all that, you know, I like to start the night with a couple of conversation starters. So first up, Andy, I got a question for you. It's for the youth, too.
Yes,
and I feel like you would know this, but do you know who YK Nice is?
I do not.
So there's a rapper. Her name is YK Nice. She has a song out called Take Me Through There, right? I can't remember what other female rappers. She had like songs that she was supposed to guest on, but it didn't happen. But anyway, she got a dance, right? And last weekend, the most popular end zone dance that you were seeing in college football was the YK Niece dance. So if you look at clips, I'm like, what is all this? All the college kids are doing it. So since we are on the cusp of college football Saturday number 2, I thought I'd put you up on game. Go look into YK Niece. Check out her song, Take Me Through There. And check out the dance, because apparently it's what all the kids and your favorite athletes are going to be doing when they get in the touchdown or have a crazy sack this season. So, you know me, I got to put you up on game, keep you in the mix. And since we're in our athletic bag, right, Jalen Green, he of the newly traded to Phoenix Suns and also known as Dre and Michelle's baby daddy, he is showing off his skivvies in the, lane that Mark Wahlberg used to occupy when he was Marky Mark and others. He is a part of a brand new Calvin Klein ad campaign, and yep, he is in those boxers or, boxer briefs. And, the internet is debating his modeling skills or his basketball skills, and what's he working with in both. They really don't care about the basketball skills in this instance. I'm going to just say that. Go check it out. Dre was showing off her BD, though. And shout out, much love and, positive energy to Tracee Ellis Ross. She suffered a burglary this week on Tuesday at around 12:30 a.m. Burglars broke into her Los Angeles home and stole more than $100,000 worth of jewelry and handbags. Now, if you've seen Tracee Ellis Ross, she has a wardrobe of life. So I know that they probably got away with some crazy vintage products, right? She wasn't home at the time. LAPD has surveillance footage of 3 suspects entering the home through a glass door, and the investigation is ongoing. They are ruthless in the land of LA. Don't let them find out. Don't post on social media you're out of town. They're going to find out where you live and get it popping. Lastly, before we come forward, shout out to Ryan Clark. Starting September 8th, Ryan will headline a new rebooted form of Inside the NFL. It's going to be on X. It's 10 episodes coming, and the episodes will be about 5 minutes long, and it will carry the show into its 48th season, dating all and there will be runs of the show, original runs, again, on X, all the way up until Super Bowl in 2026. Mic'd up moments, big game edits, all of that are back in a little squirrel-friendly package. So there you go. When we come forward, we'll get into this Claressa Shields topic and more.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-550-9651.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-550-9651. That's 800-550-9651.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Loss Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of black land loss before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic Black Narrative Archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandloss.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicordelai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Call it Pop Bubba Sparks.
Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. Booty, 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 rockin' everywhere. I found you, Miss New Booty. Get it together and bring it back to me. Hit the Players Club for about a month or two. Put a tan on it, then see what it do. I found you, Miss New Booty. Get it together and bring it back to me. Hit the Players Club for about a month or two. Put a tan on it, then see what it do. Get it right, get it right, get it tight.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. First up, shout out to DJ Black 909 in the chat. He said, let me give you a list of Bubba Sparks and some of the heat that he put out at the time. Miss New Booty being the first one he mentioned, which was a banger. He also included Deliverance. I don't know that one. They Ain't Ready. That's the one with Jada Kiss.
Banger.
Heat It Up. He said Bubba Sparks got bops. Put some respect on his name. I'm going to put some, maybe I was a little hasty in my decision to proclaim him a one-hit wonder.
Now,
I'm going to put some of that.
Now, as far as hits go, I'll say 2 out of those 4 records were like hits. Deliverance.
He had some bangers, shall we say.
Yeah, Deliverance was a cool little record. They Ain't Ready, the one with Jada Kiss, that's a straight hip hop record. So I mean, I don't know if it was banging the clubs per se, but I knew I wasn't missing. You know what I'm saying? I knew there was
Ugly
other
and
records
Miss
out
New
there.
Booty. That gives you a clear path. Miss New
Absolutely.
Booty that was one of those ones.
And I got to big up the Yin Yang Twins as well too. I think they were featured on that record, and it just brings me back to that period because that's when I was in college. So you know, I'm aging myself or whatnot. But when Lil Jon was popping,
man,
the clubs was popping. Yin Yang,
listen,
Lil Jon,
what?
Of course, that Bubba Sparks song. I'm telling you, Georgia Dome remix. I don't know if you know about that one.
That one I'm not.
That's the
familiar
Get
with.
Low remix, part 2.
Oh, okay.
It's called Georgia Dome, Yin Yang Twins. I'm telling you.
Listen,
Fire.
Lil Jon was out there banging out some heat. DJ Black 909 said he had to put me up on some game. You had to remind me of something, not put me on. I was remiss, the memory, and I told you about that auntie thing. Look, I love you, DJ Black 09. Shout out to the YouTube chat community. Listen, you know how we do it over here. The YouTube chat, go check out the video experience to this audio adventure that we go on daily. There's a whole community over there. Conversation happening, informative. We love them. Join over there. If you want to call in, 800-920-1580. Of course, you can hit us up on social media. KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill. Holla at your girl. Say hi. Put me up on game, so to speak. And download the app, okay? Because the app has a lot of interesting features. So take into that. All right. Let's get into this Claressa Shields story, right? Clarissa Shields, you know, she is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, reigning undisputed middleweight champion, and Papooses boo. She's firing back at trolls, she said, who call her ugly. Now, we have had two, probably more, but two recent comments from Clarissa around this incident. That also comes in the middle of, on the heels of, depends on how you look at this, comments from Kelly Price that we discussed yesterday about black women and Money Long, right? So we're going to listen to what Clarissa had to say on the shop, and then we're going to listen to her further elaborate on her live stream. So let's check it out.
I hate when people try to say that I'm ugly. That blows my mind. Because I'm like, no, I'm not.
But who's saying that? Social?
Social, maybe some.
There's never anybody cute that says it. No, it's not.
Look at the people that's calling you that.
But it's always
They're not doing it to her face.
But it's always the same type of guy.
They're going to meet Clarissa. It'll be the last thing you say to her.
Right. No, but the thing is, though, it's like, in boxing, I'm not going to smile inside the ring. Like, you trying to hurt me, I'm trying to hurt you.
I'm in a war. You got a job.
I can't. But then it got to a point to where, like, the storytelling about me was, oh, I'm from Flint, Michigan. I went through sexual abuse. I hate men. I box and I'm not a big woman, but when I get ready for the fight, I look strong. Like, I got muscles in my neck, my back. Like, I'm showing up to really fight.
So, a couple of things with that. One, I feel like the commentary on Clarissa is that she's tacky and can't dress. Perhaps chooses bad wigs or weaves. You know what I mean? Not so much just about her physical attributes. I could be wrong, you know? But the part two to that is everybody has an opinion. I'm not saying it's okay. My issue that I understand and relate to kind of all of these ladies on is that sometimes people, maybe some of these people are black women, take their opinion straight to you. And it's like, that's none of my business. Who cares? Why do you need to let me know you feel like my feet are too big? That was Kelly Price's issue, right? Clarissa saying, I don't want to look like y'all. I don't want to dress like y'all. I don't want to be like y'all. She could use a good, gay homie, because her next commentary was on the gay men talking about her, right? And I understand it is sensitive, but one, I don't understand why someone who clearly grew up in the social media era has been, putting herself out there professionally for a while now is being bothered by social media. I feel like on one hand, she likes this attention. Even though she had a movie that went into theaters based on her life dropped this past December with Ryan Destiny in the lead and Brian Henry Tyree in it as well. This situation with Papoose and by extension Remy really catapulted her into mainstream black culture, right? Like, some people heard of her, but they weren't interested. They weren't checking for her. And so I feel like she's diving into it, one, to keep the conversation going, and two, just maybe because, I do believe she views herself in a certain way. That's cool. You should. Everybody's supposed to love themselves, believe that, I'm that one. I am the one, especially considering her profession. But when we get disappointed because the peanut gallery doesn't agree, that's when our self-esteem starts to get tripped up. And I am not saying that Clarissa's self-esteem is not intact. I am saying that her actions feel like she is giving these people too much power, considering all of the things that she has done, knowing full well that everyone is human. Andy?
Excuse my ignorance. What's the peanut gallery?
The audience, the commenters, just, the people outside looking in.
Okay. I thought you was talking about the fellas.
I mean, it's whoever's in the peanut gallery. It's a lot of men in there too, but no. Oh!
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Clever, Andy. Clever.
So I was about to say, that's clever for you. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of both, but nah, yeah. Maurice Green in the chat says she's hood, but she's a hell of a fighter. Facts, Channa Thompson says Clarissa is annoying. Layla Ali would never. Layla would never. And Layla's strong. Wasn't nobody saying. But then here is what some people would deem a colorism thing, maybe, perhaps. Layla's a beautiful woman, right? Flat out, stunning, gorgeous, right? Now, I've never heard anybody talk about because she is strong, powerful, and a boxer, she was unattractive. So sometimes, right, sometimes I think our triggers are activated, you know, and we project our feelings onto others.
There is a common theme with some of the women that have made commentary.
It is. They're brown skinned
They're
women.
all brown skinned.
They are. So, I mean, this is the thing. Colorism is a real thing. It happens, right? But the flip side of that is everything that happens to you that is negative, that is unwanted, that is what have you, a direct result of your skin color. I don't know. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm not saying it is. I am saying if we have been in one environment targeted, picked on, made aware of these issues, does that become a shield of armor for us or something that we're particularly sensitive about? So we direct anything that is critiqued or talked about us, that it is coming from that particular lens. Once again, I'm not saying that colorism isn't real. I'm not saying that people won't play in your face all day long. I'm not saying that they haven't. But I also feel like at times we are quick to raise the colorism flag, whereas that may not necessarily be the issue. It might be something else.
So Drewski was wrong then.
About what?
What we talked about yesterday.
What he was wrong for his...
The white face.
I mean, I said that yesterday. I don't think that he was, like, was he wrong to me? Did I laugh? Was I amused? A little bit. But do I understand why someone else would be offended and be like, yeah, I do. So I think in that, if we are not opening up the range to make exceptions for blackface, then it's probably a good idea to stay away from something deemed the opposite. You know? I don't know. Let's listen to Clarissa's commentary about the people who come for her most. She has very specific targets that she is naming. It's not just black women especially, but there are some others that she is putting in her crosshairs.
I got nothing against gays, but y'all boys who want to be girls, y'all can leave me the alone. Y'all shouldn't be saying nothing to me. What I should be wearing, how my hair should, or if my hair should be down, or if my hair should be up. Baby, that's not your business. Worry about your hair and your makeup and your clothes. But for y'all, listen, y'all cute as hell. Do y'all? But I'm cute in my own right. So I don't need y'all coming up over here to my world trying to tell me how I should be a woman, how I should be a girl. Stay in your lane. Because yes, I get trolled by white people, black women, the dudes who want to be girls now, and then some of these boxer people. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole load of people that be talking their little. You know what I'm saying? But it's some of y'all standing out more than others. Y'all standing out more than others. So y'all black women, y'all standing out like a sore thumb. Do better. Do better. Y'all boys that want to be girls, whatever. Y'all, listen, y'all cute. You T-boo. But keep that over there with you. Don't be coming to my world trying to tell me how I should talk and how I should dress and how I should wear my hair up or down. And it's something I'm wearing is for wintertime or springtime. Don't worry about the woman that I am. Worry about you doing what you gotta do. Don't come messing with me. Period.
So she said a lot there. And Andy pointed out, and I noticed it when she said it, she said white people, black women, gay men. She didn't say nothing about black men, right? Could it be that with some of these individuals, not the white people.
I'm going to say it. Sorry, Jill.
There's some intimidation by the women. Do you know what I mean? Because, yeah, a little bit of protection, a little bit of intimidation. Andy?
I just think she's not the only person that I've heard this from. I've heard this from friends of mine, peers of mine, colleagues of mine, in their time of, coming up in this world, that they get the most hate from their own kind.
I think everybody does. I mean, I can agree with that.
She didn't specify black men, though, which is kind of interesting. But she
it
specified, she said white people, pause, black women. And I think it maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, I just think maybe she would think that, considering how we grew up in the neighborhoods and, all the stuff that we have against us, that my people would be a little bit more supportive.
They would have her back.
Yeah, and be a little bit more understanding. And I think that's the reason why, Angie Stone and all these people are making these comments.
I mean, not Angie Stone. Angie Stone's deceased. We meant Money Long and Kelly Price. I understand. There's a hurt, and especially when it comes from your own. And there's a particular way that we can yield our criticism at one another that is strategic and sharp and can cut very, very deep. But I also think, as a professional, someone that has been in all of this and all of these situations, stop reading them comments. When we come forward, we're going to get more into trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're in the know with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams may drop his re-election bid, reportedly exploring other jobs and even meeting with a Trump advisor in Florida. Trump wants Adams and another candidate out to boost Andrew Cuomo's chances against Democrat Zohran Mamdani.
I've never asked for a job with HUD. I've never been promised a job with HUD. I have not communicated with the president.
Adams insists he's not going anywhere. Boxing legends Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. have agreed to an exhibition fight next spring. No date or location yet, but Mayweather says it'll be big and legendary. Details are still to come. And civil rights icon and retired Air Force General Joseph McNeil, one of the 4 black students who led the 1960 Woolworth sit-in, has died at 83. His Greenboro protest sparked a national movement for justice. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In Monrovia, there's a downed motorcyclist involved in an accident in the carpool lane on the 210 eastbound before Mountain Avenue. Traffic is completely stopped from Sierra Madre Villa Avenue. And in East LA, an accident off to the right shoulder on the 710 southbound before Olympic has things slow. And North Hills, the 2 right lanes are blocked on the 405 southbound before Nordhoff.
Do you really know what's in your tap water? LifeSource believes your water should support your health, not work against it. Upgrade your water with a LifeSource whole house water system during September's Double Dip promo. Call 800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A couple of HBCU teams face a tough challenge tomorrow in week 2 of the college football season. Grambling is at number 1 Ohio State. It's the first time an HBCU school has played the number 1 team in the country. Ohio State gave Grambling a $1 million guarantee for making the trip to Columbus. 12:30 kickoff Pacific time. You can catch the game live on the Big Ten Network. Jackson State, ranked number 15 in this week's Division I AA poll, has a non-conference matchup at Southern Mississippi tomorrow. Jackson State may have a chance to surprise some folks in Hattiesburg. The Southern Mississippi program has been struggling. They've lost 14 of their last 15 games. 2 p.m. kickoff Pacific time on ESPN+. The Dodgers need to regroup after getting swept in Pittsburgh. They start a 3-game series tonight in Baltimore. Despite losing 3 in a row in Pittsburgh, the Dodgers still lead San Diego by 2 games in the NL West. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least likely to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Boy, stop.
It's about to be a girl fight.
Hey, some new, yeah. From Valentine. What?
Big boy.
Look, John.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Sending this one out to all the ladies that got beef with another one. Just walk to that, tell her what you tell her.
It's about to be a
Girl fight.
We bout to swing them there. We bout to go them boys. We bout to swing them there. It's about to be what?
Girl fight.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Shout out to Brooke Valentine and Little John for Girl Fight. I think I worked on that album single. I believe that her label was distributed through Virgin at the time. So, you know. Listen, the chat is going crazy on this topic. They have a lot to say. Maurice Geis says they got to stop reading the comments. Forrest Harrison says the brothers love Miss Clarissa just the way she is. Pretty Brown Mimi said, now Pretty Brown Mimi had a word. She said a couple of things, so we're going to break this down. She said, sometimes black men and other races come for us black women too. She also said, perhaps people are coming for Clarissa because she technically dated a married man. No shade, no judgment, just a question. T, I mean, it is a thought, there's a lot that was happening there. People just have feelings sometimes about things. Forrest Harrison said, I love a black woman that can buy me stuff and protect me at the same time. I guess Papoose does too.
Got an issue with the comment, though.
You do? Why?
Because I understand sometimes black men come for black women too, but this wasn't the case. So I don't think there was no need to highlight that.
Oh, so you're saying because her issue wasn't with black men at all. So let them have their piece in this moment.
100%.
I feel you. All right. Well, listen, we have a caller that wants to weigh in on this. Eric from Carson, happy Friday. Welcome in. What are your thoughts on Clarissa Shields? Maybe Money Long and Kelly Price, too.
Happy Friday, Jill.
Thank you.
After you played the clip, the thing that I got from Clarissa was that she was hurt and she was snapping back. And I did used to watch R&B Divas, and that's kind of how Kelly Price was on the show. It was kind of fun, but she was just always kind of, that way. And I just want to point out something that happened to me on your show.
Oh.
You you had a guest on, and then you said, I have a caller. And he was like, I'm not going to say the guest, but he was like, oh, I hope it's not that caller, so-and-so, and, Eric. And so you kind of, yeah, I know who it is. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that it was somebody else. It wasn't me. And then he was like, oh, come on, call in, Eric. And my feelings got hurt immediately. And then I got over it. And so I always wondered, what is it like to be a celebrity and to have people talking about your face, talking about your hair? Yeah, and I'm like, I never knew. And I'm like, damn, that kind of just, he said it in a real lighthearted way, but it still made me feel some kind of way. So I can understand what Clarissa is talking about. But let me say this in conclusion. If you're going to get up in front of people, and I love getting up in front of people, speaking at church and funerals and work, you got to take the crooked with the straight, as Denzel Washington said in Fences. You cannot have it both ways. So I can take it on the chin, but the guest taught me a lesson because I was like, shoot, that hurt. So I feel Clarissa, and she was snapping back.
I mean, I agree with you. It is difficult to put yourself out there at the judgment of people who also, you don't have the benefit of knowing what they look like, what they're suffering from, how broke they are, that they live in their mama's basement with 3 cats. I mean, whatever the case may be, right? You don't know this because you're on the front lines. But my point, the reason why I say don't look at the comments, I know it's hurtful. I know everyone is human, but it is a battle that you will never be able to win because you are at a disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
And I just feel like with all of the things that Clarissa has accomplished, and when you are truly in a good space about something, I'm not saying you can't occasionally clap back or talk your stuff, right? Because I'm quick to be like FTB, right?
You are.
I'm quick to be like that with whatever because I don't care, truly. But at the same time, everyone's human, and sometimes it can be piled on. It might be the wrong day, the wrong time. And that's why I say that's when you lean on what you have done. That is when you lean on who your true character is and what you represent and what the people that are closest to you are saying. Because otherwise, I mean, she's right, and who cares? And they should not be bringing their frivolous opinions because it's like, okay, you think I can't dress, or okay, you think I'm ugly. Now what? Nothing, really.
I agree. I'll just say this in conclusion. I agree with what you said yesterday and what you're saying today about Kelly Price and Clarissa. When somebody attacks you like that, it's better to go high and take the high road because digressing doesn't help. And I don't really do social media, but a year ago I was on social media and I got attacked and we were having a discussion. Then I was like, I'm so sorry, I apologize. And they attacked me more. I was like, dang.
What did you say, hurtful. Eric? What did you say? Nah, we'll put a pin in that. We'll put a pin in it. You don't got to say. We're not going to do you like that. But appreciate you calling in as always. Have a good weekend, Eric.
All right.
Okay.
You too, Jill.
So listen, I just think, we know off rip, People in your own family aren't even always coming at you with love and support. So what do you think the strangers are going to do? And these strangers, although in the broader sense, they might pay your bills in a way, but they do not. They really don't impact you. And I know that that is so easy to say, but so is turning off those comments. So is not diving in there because it does you no benefit. It's doing nothing for you.
The problem is sometimes, too, you have your friends or your...
That are going to send you stuff?
Absolutely.
And
hey,
that's
they're talking about you.
Yeah, that's when you got to talk about boundaries, and that's when you have to set up things with your friends. I have a friend that is an actor, right? And recently some crazy stuff came out, or some things about a show that he was involved with. And, you know, someone sent him something about it, and his simple question was, whether I know or not, what makes you think that I would care about this and this would add to me, right? You got to know your friends too, because sometimes it's not always from a negative place, but sometimes the drama is exciting for people, right? And I just think, Clarissa, you showing up in furs, you haven't always been that girl, right? And you are allowed to evolve in any way that you want to and big up and do your things. But you also, part of confidence, part of stepping out as yourself is not tapping into what the crowds have to say. It's just being you no matter the environment that you are in. So listen, when we come forward, we're going to get into Ciara changing Lil Future's last name and a couple of more trending topics. All that and more.
Bankhead. They want from. Where you from? Everything y'all did. What it is? It been done. My true game, my shoe game. What? You can't touch that. Hey. Tell how about fuck me. No, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Tell how about fuck me. Nah, fuck that bitch.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, I'm LA City Councilmember Curran Price, inviting you to the 30th anniversary of the Central Avenue Jazz Festival, Saturday, September the 20th, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We've got 4 pavilions, 3 stages of live music, plus food, fun, and a marketplace all along historic Central Avenue between MLK Boulevard and Vernon Ave. Our featured acts this year are Gregory Porter, Pancho Sanchez, and Jasmine Horn at the 30th anniversary of the Central Avenue Jazz Festival, Saturday, September 20th, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. along Central Avenue between MLK Boulevard and Vernon Avenue. Come out and bring the whole family because this legendary celebration is free. For more information, go to centralavjazzfest.com. I'm LA Councilmember Curran Price, and I absolutely approve this message.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
1455 Frazee, San Diego. CordellCordell.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, C. We need to get out and do something, man. Got all these hot cars and hot cribs. Ain't got nobody to share it with, baby. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Hey girl, how you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson. I was wondering if I could take you out. Show you a good time. Invite you to my house. Here is my number. Girl, you can call me. And don't forget it, babe. The name is Charlie. With all of this fortune, what am I doing single? Sometimes I tell myself, man, get out and mingle.
Y'all better go mingle. It's Friday night. Welcome back in. It's Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. All right, let's talk a little Ciara and Russell Wilson. According to TMZ, Ciara's gone to court to add Wilson to her 11-year-old son's legal name. You know, he is named after his father, right? Future Zahir Wilburn. That's Future's last name. What is Future's first name? Navius? Something, Latavius? Something like that? Navidius. Yeah. Something like that. So she is not removing Wilburn from his last name, and Russell is not adopting him technically, but she is making a move that reflects, she says, Russell's role in Future's life and their family unit. So he will be hyphenated and have two last names, right? So I hope that's okay for all the Future stands out there. You know, I know Pluto, what are y'all called? I don't know what they're called. I'm being funny. I don't even know if they have a name or if they even exist anymore. But, you know, they come at Ciara a lot for the things. But I think this is fair and just, and I think it's okay. You know, Russell has been in Future's life since he was about 2 years old. They've been married or together for about a decade now.
You think the baby knows that Future is his real dad?
Of course, he's named after him. Okay. But, you know, and she says that they have a co-parenting relationship. Now, how great that is or how much he pours into it, she, you know, Ciara is keeping it classy and not really saying. But I would suspect that his stepdad has a heavy, heavy influence in his life. Devastating for you in the chat says, why am I only hearing those two names pop up when Ciara does something? Russell fell off the field and Future washed up in the studio. I'm not sure I understand your question, but I feel you. You're hearing it pop up because I think that they are avatars for a lot of people in the step parent or, you know, new significant other but children situation. Realistically speaking, if we want to do the numbers, and I know black men more than other groups show up for their children per the stats, but we also have a lot of single family homes. And so the drama, it might taper off, you know, but the drama that happens with baby mama, baby daddy stuff, these situations oftentimes pose as avatars or projections for people for what they're feeling, what they've been through, their triggers, and all of that. So I think that is why sometimes it is really a sensitive topic, one that gets the people going. But I think when you really step back and look at it, at least on the Wilsons' part, I am not accusing Future of anything, of not being active, of being, I'm just saying I don't know. So we'll, you know, leave it there. But I think that Ciara is trying to be fair and recognizing that Future has a real father, but his stepfather is very big in his life and deserves to be acknowledged too. So Royale Jenkins in the chat says, how many baby mamas does Future got? I think about 7 or 8. I think it's something like that. It's up there. Quite a few. All right, let's talk Angie Stone, right? We know that we lost Miss Stone a few months ago at the age of 62. It was March 1st when she passed away in an accident while she was touring. She was leaving a show in Mobile, Alabama, headed back to Atlanta in a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, right? And it was a horrific traffic accident. The van rolled over on I-65 in Montgomery, County. The driver lost control. Everyone survived the initial crash. But moments later, a CRST trailer tractor slammed into the van at nearly 70 miles an hour without braking, right? Angie was ejected, pinned beneath the van, and fatally injured. So her family has filed a lawsuit and names multiple defendants. The truck driver, allegedly distracted with headphones, CRST, Damier Truck, that is who the parent company of Mercedes-Benz and makes the Sprinters. Detroit Diesel also involved, the Sprinter van driver and his headphones. And they are claiming that there were defective brakes, lack of insurance, and gross negligence. The family is seeking wrongful death and injury damages, punitive damages, and attorney fees. So, you know, I feel for the family. I wish them prayers, love, and light, and I hope that it is all resolved quickly because, yeah, it's such a tragedy. So painful. Angie mentioned this, and since we were talking a little boxing, albeit female boxing, I don't know if you guys are aware, but a new fight matchup has just been announced. And we're getting a lot of these meaningless exhibition matches, right? Basically, they are for eyeballs and money. You decide if it is intriguing or entertaining enough that you want to tap in. But spring 2026, Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather Jr. will be getting in the ring together. I'm going to be honest. It's a pass for me. I mean, I probably will catch some clips because look what I do. And that's just the way it is, but that's not something I'm seeking out. I really don't have an interest in that. Andy?
I agree with you, too. I think it's a pass, considering the fight that Mike Tyson had with
Jake Paul.
With Jake Paul. Mike Tyson definitely lost several steps. And to see a retired Mayweather go against a Tyson, are you trying to keep your record intact?
I just,
like, what's the benefit?
And we know, Floyd, we know you got money. So, I mean, again, I understand who doesn't like more. But I just, I'm not interested. They weren't even in the same weight class. No.
The real fight is a week from now, 2 weeks from now. Canelo and Bud Crawford. That's the real fight to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be some things going on. I need to get Giandra LaBeouf in here before that fight to give us some insight into that. Listen, one more story for the weekend, right? Since we're almost there. You know, James Harden, shout out to James because he has a new child along the way. He and his, I'm not sure if she's his fiance, just his girlfriend, Paige Speets. We can get into her dating history because I know y'all are interested and want to know later. Like I always say, they love a referral. Shout out to her and him. But his Houston restaurant, 13, it's been a lot in the headlines. There is a lawsuit with James accusing his nephew of some craziness. The woman initially, I believe, said she met the nephew at 13. But the landlord for the restaurant where it's located says that there is $2.2 million behind as far as rent and fees, and that the lease was extended through October 2025. You know, that's next month. But the tenants allegedly defaulted, and the locks have been changed, new key locks, and he's put up signs on the restaurant basically saying James Harden doesn't pay his rent. Don't know if he'd do that if it was an unknown individual, but that's the course of action that the landlord is taking currently. Not sure what happened. I'm sure it will be straightened out at some point, but I heard a lot of people enjoyed 13 initially, but then, you know, things happen as they do. We'll see. Shout out to James Harden and the Clippers. We're what, about a month away from training camp? 2 weeks, something like that, 3 weeks? We'll see what it do. And that is a wrap for Friday. You know, we hit everything tonight, as we always do, and a little extra. So, make sure that you are back here Monday, 6 p.m. for all your trending topics and headlines. You know, it's never just a headline. It's a little bit of history, some hidden details, and the things that matter most. This is your front row seat to the culture, and we'll be back to it with your reserved spot on Monday.
Never ever gonna get it. No, you're never gonna get it. Never ever gonna get it. I remember how it used to be. You never was this nice, you cared for me. Now you're talking like you made a change. The more you talk, the more